Part 2, Resident Evil 2, released in 1998. Resident Evil 2 was released 1 week after President Bill Clinton released his presidential prostate pudding all over a walking, talking, walk-in humidor horse gooped up dress. And having something bloody, violent, and wholesome on the television was a nice change of pace. In Resident Evil 2, you can play as a glorified bullseye for cum with an ass so fat it's no wonder the zombies started mutating into lickers. During her quest to locate her missing brother and bring his flaming, Jill's sweet, delectable, molestable, buttocks-ignoring, diary-keeping behind a gay conversion therapy camp, Claire is so immaculately kawaii that even as a precious little boy, I wanted to plop my disgusting, rotten honeydew melon-sized testicles over the bridge of her nose so that my taint-tinted sack of salty liquid snacks could butterfly kiss her luscious eyelashes. Then I'd start furiously jazzercising in place, causing rivulets of sweat to trickle into her beautiful blue eyes from my brown eye and intermingle with her tears as she begs for me to stop. Then flip her over and shoot so much cream inside that Claire would become an eclair, because she is just that kawaii. Or you can play as an overgrown Chucky doll with Asperger's who is on a quest to sniff the bowl cut of a ladyboy who only owns one dress. Seriously, every time we see Ada Wong in a Resident Evil game, she's wearing the same filthy dress. Unless she carpet bombs her bush each night with Febreze, her sideways cooter probably smells like egg rolls and buttholes. Not that Leon could pull any better at this point. Before he was given the personality of Ash from Evil Dead in Resident Evil 4, Leon was an all-denim wearing spaz who shot a bitch in the head on his first day as a cop just because she grabbed his foot. He didn't know she was a zombie yet and sent her down to Michael Brown Town without a second thought. Every time Leon opens his mouth, stupid falls out of it. As much as he's after Ada's briny Chinese heinies, whenever they're together, Leon scolds Ada like he's her dad, when at best, he's more like a creepy uncle that always wants her to fish pieces of hard candy out of his front pants pocket. The original Resident Evil plagiarized alone in the dark setting and controls, but improved the god-awful interface so much that no one really seemed to mind. Resident Evil 2 moved the action to an urban setting and doubled down on the number of enemies encountered at a time. Unfortunately, the protagonist turns slower than a breech birth, and the dramatic camera angles will occasionally feed you directly to enemies. To make up for this, while zombie cops don't drop ammunition, donuts, or happy tweets from black people when killed, you will find ammo and healing items in almost every single room. And to be perfectly honest, if I wanted to be gang-stalked by moaning white people in an enclosed place while tripping over free shit, I'd just pull out my dick during a community college feminist literature class again. While you can run past most enemies, there's no reason to hoard the higher power ammunition. Most areas are minuscule, and you'll spend more time loading door cutscenes than your weapons. The general layout of Resident Evil 2 lacks cohesion. While the mansion, residence, and labs of the original game included kitchens and bedrooms and bathrooms that felt lived in and logically functional, the police station layout of Resident Evil 2 is completely retarded. I get that Asians usually commit ritualistic suicide by pulling Chinese finger traps over their heads rather than going to jail, but when playing Resident Evil 2, you'll wonder if the Japanese developers even understand the purpose of a police station. You have to pass through dozens of rooms and hallways to reach the holding cells. There isn't a single bathroom in the entire building, and you need gems earned from pushing boxes around to open doors. Can I just state that I hate box-pushing puzzles? You can figure out the solution instantly, but following through takes forever and the payoff stinks. I would rather push a block of shit out of a Minecraft guy's ass and into my mouth. Resident Evil 2 improved on the first game's dual character mechanic by having some of the choices made by the first character affect the next scenario played. For example, if you use the poison gas to kill these monster trees as Leon, they'll respawn stronger and shoot poison goo at Claire, as we all would like to. If you claim these items for one character, they won't be available for the next, and if you fill a goldfish bowl with loads while playing as Claire, you'll be too sleepy and dehydrated to bother playing through again as Leon. The second scenario includes the occasional visit from Mr. X, who moves from room to room like the Kool-Aid Man and gets taken down faster than any new Twitter account I attempt to create. third and fourth scenarios are also included that alternate who takes which path and how those paths unfold, but the core gameplay is unaffected, and you'll already know how to solve every single puzzle at that point. Other modes include Extreme Battle Mode and Force Survivor, both of which task you with running from one section of the main game to another as fast as possible. These modes are fun for a couple of hours, but are primarily notable for how annoying they can be to unlock depending on which version of the game you own, and the fact that the last character you unlocked is a tampon that gets bloodier with each attack he takes. Overall, Resident Evil 2 isn't as great as when it was new, but it's still worth a playthrough for anyone who enjoys old-school survival horror games, or anyone who wants to whine like a petulant child about how the incoming remake isn't exactly the same.